What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more of The Cure. And this is going to be an interesting reaction, because guess what? I went to shoot this reaction a few minutes ago, and lo and behold, Give Me It from the top was in fact downloaded imperfectly. But I went back to the folder from Phil, big shout out to you, and I downloaded the track individually rather than downloading the entire folder as a zip, and it seemingly downloaded correctly because the file size was bigger, and when I just loaded it up in my VLC player, it is in fact longer. So yeah, I don't know why it downloaded imperfectly the first time, but this will be a unique reaction because I've just heard, I'd say, the majority of the track, like 3/4, 4/5 of the tune, so it's very fresh in my mind. And I can tell you, it is in fact crazy. A couple folks commented that it's just a wild, unhinged kind of tune, and I can confirm that is very much the case. Now, again, having only heard it a few minutes ago and not catching all the lyrics clearly, I will say what I took away from the lyrics was very visceral and angry, but also desperate, meaning the lines I heard were things like, "Get away from me, get your hands out of my face," and also that he was gasping for air, gasping for love. The room is hot, but his head is cold, and I think his hands are hot. But also there were some lines that I thought might even be sexual, but then like I heard the lines around them, and that didn't seem to necessarily be the case. So yeah, I don't know. It sounds like maybe there's some mixed feelings, all of which are very intense on the part of the narrator. What I said in my original intro, which was very limited because I just commented that, okay, maybe this file's not going to play correctly, which it mostly did until it suddenly and quite instantly stopped. But the comment I made about the title was only that it's a bit non-standard syntax. It's more street kind of way of speaking rather than proper grammar, meaning normally you'd say give it to me, not give me it. So the fact that it is very emotionally intense, even unhinged, feels maybe that's part of why the phrasing is as it is. But yes, there's crazy sonic cycling, there's drums that are rapid fire rolling and building and then just explode into the next cycle, so it's just an all over the place tune, including Robert's vocals and even more directly his lyrics. So yes, let's give, I believe, the full track a listen, which is not my first time hearing this, but I didn't get to the end before the first file stopped playing. So again, I think that must have been my computer just not cooperating, but here is theoretically the full Give Me It from The Cure's album The Top, 1984.
Break
full tune. So yeah, when I pointed maybe, I don't know, 30, 40 seconds ago, that's roughly where the track cut out. And I could tell because it was like mid-bar when it cut out. So even if it was one of those full stop endings that you do sometimes get in songs, I knew it couldn't have been correct, or the file was indeed incomplete because it just stopped like halfway through the measure, or not even halfway, like 60% through a measure. But yes, so it feels like we're inside the mind of someone who's having a psychotic break, and maybe during a sexual episode. Again, there's some lines there where it's like the room is so hot, and there was that whole stanza in the middle which sounds like maybe it's referring to a sex act, but at the same time, like, his head is cold, his heart is cold, his hands are cold, and something about the stairs. Like, there's some lines where I feel like it might be more, even if there is something to this idea that he's having a sudden, like, revulsion in the middle of a sexual encounter. There's more to it than that, it seems. And ultimately, it sounds like the mad ramblings of someone who is not in a good way, and maybe, again, having a break with reality, or at least unable to calm himself down and try to assess what should happen. It's all just like pushing away, it's all visceral, get away from me, get your fingers out of my face. So, and something about the walls, I forget exactly what it was about the walls, but it doesn't sound like someone who's feeling content, calm, or even pleasurable. So if there is a sex act occurring, it's one that's at best visceral, and perhaps even, a distortion in terms of what his psychology is telling him. So yeah, it sounds just like a wild psychotic break, and his vocals very much give that. I mean, when he's repeating the title phrase, give me it, give me it, give me it, it's not even really so much rhythmic. It's like he's outside the rhythmic lines, and not like he has done in some songs where he extends a bit beyond where the bar or the vocal should end. It's like he's just completely unconcerned with the rhythms, which are themselves crazy, right? They're just completely cycling and frenetic and overly intense. And the drums, and then there's the guitar, which sounds like it's making animal sounds, or like it's creaking like stairs or the walls or a bed or something like that. And then there's those vocals, which it was right before the track cut off in the first reaction I tried to do, but it sounds like there's these background vocals that are almost making like bird sounds, but like they're a bit crazy even. So just a wild tune. I really don't know what to make of it, other than maybe it's what it's like to go crazy. So do let me know what you think. And Luca, who probably couldn't see because she's looking straight up, but often when she does that, she's looking with very sleepy, sort of contented eyes. In the middle of that video, she was looking up at me with completely massive, like, dinner plate eyes. So I thought she might just jump up and be crazy herself. Maybe she was put into that mode by the song. Oh, are you taking off? What timing? What perfect timing. Well, let me know what you think, and she and I will see you next time. Peace.